In other news, the Overseas Private Investment Corporation and the African Trade Insurance Agency have signed a memorandum of understanding that will allow SMEs in Africa to access increased technical assistance and foreign direct investment. The agreement authorizes the two agencies to reinsure each other in order to increase the capacity of each to insure more and larger projects across the continent. Speaking during the signing ceremony, Opic's acting Chief of Staff, John Moran, says the pooling of resources of the two agencies with a wealth of experience would be beneficial to SMEs in the continent.
Infrastructure and finance remain among the major challenges facing SMEs across the country and throughout the continent. The acting director of the African Trade Insurance Agency, ATI, Stuart Kinloch, says it is for reasons such as these that they have now partnered with Overseas Private Investment Corporation, Opic, to make things easier for SMEs.
You know, there's a lot more that could be done if there was access to finance, if there was access to infrastructure, and if there was a real holistic solution to the customs debacle. ATI is very, very proud to be associated with Opic, because Opic is a financier in the way that ATI is not. Opic can reach out from America to exporters in Africa with the provision of finance at the SME level, and we think that that is a terribly good, call it a bolt-on addition to AGOA.
According to Acting Chief of Staff of Opic, John Moran, other than access to capital, risk also poses a challenge to private investors.
The biggest challenge that I think private investors and companies that are looking to do business in Africa face sometimes is the risk of the perceived risks that they face, as well as genuine risks, and lacking the access to capital. And our mission is to provide the access to capital to projects that are developmentally sound and economically viable.
The Memorandum of Understanding signed by the two companies will ensure that Opic and ATI complement each other's roles in order to promote SMEs within the continent.
And we may be able to share risk or co-insure, to reinsure in projects that are involved. And also if they have are able to provide cover in certain projects that may involve a U.S. Or an Opic financing dimension or an Opic fund, that there's different ways that our respective instruments to mobilize capital can work together.
Stewart says that while agribusiness may feature widely, it is not the main focus of partnerships such as these.
We haven't really gone out of our way to target only agribusiness. It just happens that that's where we've had the most traction so far.
This is the second MOU to be signed between Opic and ATI, with the first having been aimed at facilitating increased levels of investment in Africa.